Hi, class again. Today we're going to be talking about the actual analysis of some documents. So we're going to start by looking at a letter that we're going to receive from our friend David, and we're going to determine if the information that David is sharing with us about the Islamic and Byzantine empires during the Middle Ages is accurate. So before we get to that, we're going to discuss his letter, and we're going to start some of our research because we want to corroborate his story. So we want to make sure that we are accounting for any bias. So thinking back to our last video where we were talking about sources and the importance of, really investigating the information that we're receiving to make sure we're not just taking it at face value, but that we're looking to see if there is anything that might be influencing the information that's being shared with us that might be distorting reality or the truth. So let's start by talking about David. So our friend David is sharing with us some information that he has experienced while living in the Islamic and Byzantine empires. He's going to start by living in the Byzantine Empire and then eventually moving to the Islamic Empire. This document is actually on the class module, so you just need to click on it and open it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read it, so if you can open up this document and follow along, I'll give you a moment to get it out. So here's our letter from our friend. Hello! It's been nearly 2 years since I last saw you in Venice. I bought some wonderful pottery from you that I later sold to a wealthy family in Constantinople in the lands of Byzantium. I made a nice profit on it too, so thanks. What an experience I had in Constantinople. I will never return to that city again. I know that some people really think it is an amazing city, and it does have some wonderful things about it. The huge church, the Hagia Sophia, that Justinian built is one of the most beautiful buildings in the world. The government has really supported Christianity and helped spread its beliefs. For a while, my business was really going well. I knew that the city protected its merchants and would deal harshly with any thieves or robbers. After selling that pottery to the family I mentioned, I got to know several other wealthy families in the city. Everyone with money in the empire seemed to live here. I was able to sell quite a few luxury items I had brought to Constantinople from my travels in Italy and North Africa. The downside to making money, however, was that the emperor would tax all my profits. But I guess that's the same all over the world. Taxes, taxes, taxes. At least I know that he used the money to pay for the soldiers to keep the trade routes safe and build roads for traveling. Things were going fine until a few Christians began saying things against the Jews and Muslims in the city. They wanted everyone in the city to worship in the same way they did. At first, they put a few extra taxes and rules on us, but then some of the emperor's advisors began suggesting that perhaps Jews and Muslims didn't belong in the city at all. This was too much. If I couldn't be in the city, how was I supposed to keep buying and selling my trade items? They were going to ruin me. So I made up my mind and I left, packed up all my belongings, and headed east to start my life over again. Where did I go? I went to the most amazing city in the world, Baghdad. It's the capital of the Islamic Empire. You would not believe the city if you could see it. The people here are well educated and have many scholars. They have doctors that can cure any disease and have invented a new type of mathematics called algebra. Everyone reads and writes poetry, and there are no poor people in the city at all. Everyone is rich and goes hunting, has extravagant parties, and watches horse races nearly every day. What a place to live! I think my travels are over. I'm going to a party tonight where I hope to learn how to play a new game I've seen here. It's called chess. I will teach it to you if we ever meet again. You should think about moving your business to Baghdad. I am sure you would do very well here. It truly is perfect. There is nothing to fear in this city at all, even if you were a Jew like me. You might think I am exaggerating, but you will just have to come and see for yourself. Your friend, David. So now that we have read through David's letter and you are going to have the opportunity to dissect his letter some more, you're going to do some additional research. Remember, we're looking for some evidence to support what David is telling us. So you're going to use your textbooks that you have available to you. So you're going to use your across the century textbooks, and you're going to create a graphic organizer of your choosing. So however you want to create this. I do find, as a suggestion, that a T-chart's probably the easiest way of organizing this information, very similarly to how the pages are listed, or the readings are listed on the screen for you right now. So the Islamic Empire can be found in Chapter 4, Lesson 2, whereas the Byzantine Empire can be found in Chapter 2, Lesson 3, and Chapter 11, Lesson 2. Please take a moment and write down these pages. You may need to pause this. So today is going to really be about finding that additional research. You're going to be looking to see if you can find information that corroborates what David is saying. In our next lesson, we're going to go more into detail about how to use some additional primary sources and how we can analyze them to determine if what he is telling us is accurate or not. In fact, the Analyzing Documents for Content organizer will be given to you in our next lesson. And if you have any questions, as always, please feel free to reach out. Thanks.